So let's see if I can resurrect this here YouTube channel that I do. Maybe I'll roll a critical. Anyways, I'd like to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. I think I'm missing a lot of the jokes in this Dungeons and Dragons movies, but I still had fun with it. I just don't really understand the rules about the magic system and stuff like that. I will also be brutally honest. There's an emotional core to the story, but I can't connect to that core because the male lead is played by Chris Pine. That's just how it is. Um, as far as I'm concerned, Chris Pine can't act, or he can't, um, let's say, emotionally character act. Um, Chris Pine can't read a line on a paper and tell it back to me and make me believe it comes from him. That's like, I think that's how acting is described. Like I've seen videos of Anthony Hopkins and Tom Hanks. They can do it, and yes, those are of course huge acting talents. But Les can do it. Chris Pine just can't. Not to me, anyways. Um, so if you want to tell me a story about a father and a daughter, and I need to be connected, then I'm not getting the emotional motivations. Sorry. Um, all of that to say that Lord of the Rings, this is not. And that's a smart move. And I think Dungeons and Dragons should have leaned more into the silly stuff, if you say, the more loose, fast and loose stuff, more shenanigans, if I dare say so. Um, being a little more out there and less serious. There's like a downright brilliant scene in this movie about a portal, and that like beat, that style, let's say, that sense of fun. I wish that it could have been the whole movie. Um, I should also mention that I only know Dungeons and Dragons from the outside. Um, I know this movie tried to appeal to new fan, or I guess they hope it will. From what I know from Dungeons and Dragons, and what I think is the most interesting, is the dice roll, like how you can expertly perform something so out of the reasonable, or fail something so hard that it hurts yourself, even basic stuff. I think that's part of the appeal. That's kind of like what I know about it, and when I look at Dungeons and Dragons, I'll say, where's the quality? Is that you have that random chance. Um, what I'm trying to say is I have no idea how to translate that into a movie language, into visual language, except having a real die on screen. Um, Maybe something like Jumanjo, or kind of like how the Lego movie is about all aspects of the Lego experience. That maybe the Dungeons and Dragons movie could have zoomed out and said, like said, not staying characters, or it could have zoomed out and showed it was actually people playing Dungeons and Dragons, and that could explain um, why things fail. They have examples of it. I think they showed something of a spell, so they have a misformed face. I just hope I would have leaned more into it. Is what I'm saying. Um, so yeah, I found this movie like kind of shallow, but maybe it's because I had a little bit bigger expectation than maybe I should have. Um, yeah, like there's a female fighter that is just about excellent in everything she does, and it's shown depicted in such a way that it takes all the tension away. Um, and it's fine, you don't need that sort of tension in a movie, but then you should give me, you know, visual splendor, or yeah, have fun with it. If I'm not on the edge of my seat saying, "Oh, will this person survive?" Like say like John Wick, um, then I need uh, something else for that. I'm not sacrificing like tension for yeah, big action scenes or yeah, incredible cinematography. Like think of the fight scenes in Pirates of the Caribbean. I think it's the second one where Jack Sparrow, I mean, Captain Jack Sparrow, fights on top of a big wheel like from a mill, and yes, the actual sword fighting is super, maybe even though like shoddy, but and I don't for a second believe that Jack and the other guy he's fighting, can't remember who is in any form of danger. But they're fighting on top, inside, and stuck in this big mill wheel. And I would have loved to see Dungeons and Dragons do more of that. Um, Not saying visual comedy. I think you know what I mean. Um, yeah, I just feel like that sort of style could have been perfect for that movie, and they sort of go for it sometimes. But I think they try to strike a too serious tone. But I do recommend it. Like I had fun with it because it has fun moments. So yeah, um, you could definitely do a lot worse. I'm looking forward to the Dungeons Dragon Lego set. I should start saving. It looks really nice. Um, yeah, so the movie's still good. Like it's not terrible at all. It's just also not Lord of the Rings or Pirates of the Caribbean, but most movies aren't. So like say this is a solid, a bit above average movie. I hope that helped you made a informed decision, and thank you for stopping by today.